The tax man goes easy on wealthy Canadians with offshore bank accounts while being harsh on regular taxpayers, according to a damning report made public by the Federal Auditor General Tuesday.
Here's a summary of the article.
The tax man goes easy on wealthy Canadians with offshore bank accounts while being harsh on regular taxpayers, according to a damning report made public by the Federal Auditor General Tuesday. Most taxpayers are individuals with Canadian employment income. We found that the requested information from these taxpayers more quickly, and gave less time to respond, than it did with other taxpayers, such as international and large businesses, and taxpayers with offshore transactions, said the report. Does the CRA have a culture of conveniently ignoring tax evaders who have the means to hire a lawyer? Asked Green Party leader Elizabeth May in reaction to the report. In response to the report, Revenue Minister Diane Lebouthilier pledged to ensure that our tax system is fair for everyone, throughout Canada. Ferguson's report says those numbers are not only imprecise, based on estimates rather than actual revenue, they're also overstated. The additional revenue the agency reported did not reflect the taxes that it could not collect from taxpayers. This means that the impact on the government's fiscal results was significantly less than what the agency estimated, the report stated. The auditors found the CRA reported at least $1.3 billion in additional revenue that was never collected.
This post received a score of 13,257, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
It's easier to shake down people without lawyers.
Almost like tax codes shouldn't be so complicated to where having a lawyer provides a tangible benefit.
I was walking behind some rich people a few years ago, and overheard one of them say, "I hate it when they call it a loophole."
Ha ha. So what are they implying? That these complicated methods of the rich paying less in taxes are actually meant to be in the tax code? In that case, I suppose I agree. What should we call them instead? Backdoors?
Paid access.
Macrotransactions.
Pay $1,000 to save $1 million. $100 cashback guarantee if it doesn't work. Hint, it does work.
Quote from a friend in CRA: anyone with money usually knows how to protect themselves and isn't worth the crass effort going through the legal proceedings. It's far easier to go after doctors and small business owners as they settle quicker.
It's also extremely difficult to track down offshore money. Tax auditors are stuck between a hard place and a rock.
It's almost as if there should be measures in place to prevent offshore tax havens.
It's almost as if politicians don't want to enact laws to stop hiding money offshore.
It's almost as if politicians aren't actually acting in anyone's best interests except their own.
Tax mistake penalties are harsh. Back when I made about $20,000 a year, I forgot to claim the $400 I took out of my RRSP for an emergency. I paid $2,400 in penalties. I'm sure the tax on that $400 would have been like $50. I called and tried to explain it was an honest mistake and I would pay the taxes. They wouldn't budge.
Damn. In the US the IRS is kind of boogeyman, but even they would likely just send you a letter saying, "We think you messed up, please pay $X or provide further documentation for your original return."
Yeah, the IRS is way more reasonable than people think they are. Those companies that try to scare the shit out of you on the radio are total scams. All you have to do is call the IRS and try to work with them and they will get you on the same lessened repayment plans that the scam companies promise, less even as there's no middleman taking a cut for making a phone call for you.
I had to deal with RITA, Regional Income Tax Association, many years back because in my youth I never bothered to pay local taxes. I only paid state and federal. They wanted 4 years of tax filings and I explained it could take an exceptional amount of time. It took me 1.5 years to finally get all the paperwork together and in the end they owed me $30. Taxes are a stressful thing to deal with, but the organizations that gather them are not that bad to deal with if you're upfront with them.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smry.com, without any human intervention.